Hi, welcome to our service learning video. We are from Group 12 from SETK 3323 Section 4. In this service learning video, we will look at the introduction to chemical engineering, humidification, and cooling tower. So first, we will look at the introduction to chemical engineering. What is chemical engineering? It is a branch of engineering that deals with chemical production and the manufacture of products through chemical processes. This includes designing equipment, systems, and processes for refining raw materials and for mixing, compounding, and processing chemicals to produce valuable products. Application of chemical engineering. First, we have food and fertilizers, where it can improve food processing techniques and methods of producing. Synthetic fiber to make our clothes more comfortable and water resistant. Drugs. Mass-produced drugs makes them more affordable. Refining petroleum creates safer, more efficient methods of refining petroleum products. More productive and cost-effective, making energy and chemical sources more productive and cost-effective. And lastly, solve environmental problems, develop solutions to environmental problems such as pollution control and remediation. Next, we will look at humidification. So what is humidification? Transfer of water from the liquid phase into a gaseous mixture of air and water vapor. This process in which the moisture or water vapor is added to the air without changing its dry bulb temperature. Purposes of humidification: to produce a cooling effect, to increase moisture of air, to preserve material properties, to improve the process flow, and lastly, to prevent static electricity in industries. Next, we will look at the process of humidification. A stream of hot water is brought into contact with one of dry air or with low moisture content, usually atmospheric air. Part of the water evaporates, thus cooling the interface. The flow of the liquid then gives heat to the interface and therefore it cools. In turn, the water evaporates and the interface is transferred to the air, so it is humidified. Cooling tower. So what is cooling tower? Cooling tower are heat removal devices used to transfer processed waste heat to the atmosphere. Cooling towers are generally used for humidification operations. Function of cooling tower: remove heat from the water discharge from the condenser so that the water can be discharged to the river or recirculated and reused. Conserve cooling water by allowing the cool water to be reused many times. Cooling and humidification process is one of the most commonly used air conditioning applications for cooling purposes. Cooling and humidification process is represented by an angular line on the psychrometric chart starting from the given value of the dry bulb temperature and the relative humidity and extending outward toward left. So, here is the example of psychrometric chart. Next, we will look at the types of cooling tower. For air to water flow, cross-flow cooling tower systems, water flows vertically from the upper part of the tower and the air flows horizontally through the water. The air does not have to pass through the distribution system, permitting the use of gravity flow hot water distribution basins mounted at the top of the unit above the field. Counterflow cooling tower system. Water flow falls vertically in the tower and the direction of the airflow is opposite to the direction of the water flow. It uses pressurized spray system. The pipes and nozzles are spread further apart so they will not restrict any airflow. For airflow generation, we have natural draft cooling tower where no mechanical drivers or fans to create airflow through the cooling tower. Airflow is created as the denser air at the bottom of the tower travels to a lower pressure area above the tower. Forced draft cooling tower uses fans or blowers to force air into the cooling tower. Airflow has high entrance velocity as it is being forced by the blower. As it is passed through the tower, airflow slows down. Induced draft cooling tower. As we can see, fans located at the top that draw or induce air from the air intake louvers at the bottom or sides of the tower. Contrary to forced draft cooling towers, this arrangement has low entrance and high exit velocity, which results in reduced recirculation. Hybrid draft cooling tower. Its operation is the same as natural draft towers but equipped with fans to augment airflow, also referred to as fan-assisted natural draft cooling tower. Next, we will look at the process of cooling tower. Water first passes through the heat exchanger where it absorbs heat, then the water is distributed over the top of the cooling tower where air travels past the warm water, causing a portion of water to evaporate. The heat is transferred from the water stream to the air stream, raising the air's temperature and its relative humidity to 100%. This warm air is then discharged into the atmosphere, resulting in a cool water stream. The cool water from the basin is pumped back through a heat exchanger to repeat the cycle. Common industries that use cooling tower system: first, food processing plant, natural gas plant, and petrochemical plant. Application of cooling tower: air compressors with water cooling system, blow molding and compression molding machine, machinery for die casting, plant for deep freeze and anodizing, plant for generating electricity, van machinery and liquid air conditioning system, hydrocarbon facilities, boiler and chiller applications, and lastly, hydraulic press. That's all from us. Thank you.